Now, the other day, some really crazy drama went down with Nicki Minaj and a writer on Twitter. A lot of people have been talking about it, and of course I wanted to give my thoughts on this entire situation. So basically what happened is there's a writer from Toronto that goes by the name of Wanna's World. Now, Wanna tweeted something that caught the attention of Nicki herself and a lot of other people, and what she tweeted was this. You know how dope it would be if Nicki put out mature content? No silly shit, just reflecting on past relationships, being a boss, hardships, etc. She's touching 40 soon, a new direction is needed. Now, when Nicki came across this tweet, she sent a DM to this writer personally, and this is what she said. When your ugly ass was 24, you were pushing 30, I'm 34, I'm touching 40, LOL. And what does that have to do with my music? Eat a dick, you hating ass, beep. Got the nerve to have a Trini flag on your page, you must not have heard the pink print. Or Pills and Potion, damn, Pills and Potion is actually my jam, just saying. Or Pills and Potion, Bed of Lies, Save Me, my recent feature with Alicia Keys. Tasha Cobbs, just say you're jealous I'm rich, famous, intelligent, pretty, and go. But wait, leave my balls, tired of you sucking them. I dropped my album almost 4 years ago, my bad, I'm 35, so at 31. How about you get like me? Why don't you ask me to help you get rich? Been on top and I ain't going nowhere. Now, as you can see, that was very brutal for some criticism. Now, the crazy thing about this situation is the fact that this writer actually got fired from her job because of this tweet. Now, you're probably wondering, how did that even happen? Well, she used to work for another social media / marketing strategist called Karen Civil. I'm pretty sure most of you guys recognize this woman's name or at least face. If you don't, just know that she's a person who's been involved in promoting huge names like Drake, J. Cole, Nicki Minaj before they became big. And for not being an artist herself, she's actually very well known in the hip-hop community. But anyway, I digress. Now, since Karen Civil has been heavily involved with Nicki Minaj and her come up before she even became a superstar, obviously as time went on they became very close and built a very intimate friendship. And here's where the conflict of interest comes in, because the writer from Toronto, Wanna's World, criticized Nicki on her tweet. Nicki wasn't really too happy about that. As you could see, the writer works for Nicki's friend, which is Karen Civil, and Karen Civil fired the writer for criticizing Nicki Minaj. Now, a lot of people have been criticizing Nicki for her reaction towards the writer because, you know, the writer was just speaking her mind and giving criticism, which is something every journalist / writer has to do in their field of work. So a writer criticizing you should not be surprising, it should be expected. Nicki has built her whole album and theme around empowering women, and as soon as a woman tweets her opinion, she DMs her and calls her ugly and broke. Nicki has been in the game for like 10 years. She's an A-list celebrity and rich as beep. She has performed with Beyonce. Why is she running up in people's DMs over some rant that most of our asses clearly never saw? Why did she even see it? Now, as you can see, there's a lot of support for the writer on social media. Clearly, most people think that Nicki was wrong here. Of course, there's also a lot of support for Nicki because her fans are definitely rocking with her. But if I'm gonna give my thoughts on the situation, yes, I definitely think that Nicki was wrong here. I mean, you're an artist, but most of all, you're a public figure. There's no way you can escape criticism or negative comments coming your way because your name is known worldwide, and this should all be expected. But what I was asking myself initially was how come she decided to snap on this particular writer, because there's a lot of people and journalists and blogs tweeting about Nicki Minaj, and sometimes those opinions are negative, but we don't see Nicki Minaj DMing all those other writers on Twitter saying negative things about her, right? So why did she go off on this person specifically? Well, once we found out that she actually was working for Nicki's friend, which was Karen Civil, everything just became so much more clear. What happened most likely is Nicki Minaj saw the criticism. She saw that the writer was working for her friend, decided to message her and go off on her because she knows that she has some kind of leverage over her. Now, if that was the case, then to me that just seems like a foul power play. I mean, yes, I get that you want to show the writer you are superior to her in terms of who you are, but then again, just going off on her and personally attacking her is taking it too far. And everything just became so much more serious when the writer started getting death threats from Nicki Minaj fans, and that's just unnecessary. I mean, really, are we gonna take it that far? Obviously, this is not something Nicki Minaj herself can control, but at the same time, it's just crazy and bad. Now, looking at the criticism she was giving Nicki, she said that it'd be dope to see her be a little bit more mature with her musical content, and this is something Nicki herself has been getting a lot of backlash for, and I'm pretty sure you're very much aware of it. She's been getting a lot of backlash for sounding the same on a lot of her music. People are saying that Nicki is not evolving evolving, she's not showing different sides of her as an artist, and she's just rapping about the same thing. And considering her age, she should be touching on more relevant topics that relates to where she's at in life age-wise. And that's some of the criticisms we've seen Nicki Minaj receive in the past few months. Now, if we're gonna discuss this, let's actually take a look at some of Nicki Minaj's recent music she's released in 2018. We have Barbie Tings, we have Chun-Li, we have Rich Sex featuring Lil Wayne, and then we have Bed featuring Ariana Grande.
I'm in my prime, optimist, Sagittarius, so you know I'm an optimist. Man, keep it all real, I'm a prophetess. Hey yo, I been on, bitch, you been con. Bentley tints on, Fendi prints on. If you know your pussy worth a Benz truck, rich sex. Don't let homie fuck unless it's Benz up, rich sex. Mess around, put it down on you. I'ma do everything I said I'm gon' do.
Looking at what the writer said and looking at the music she's released this year, yeah, there's definitely a connection here. I don't think what Nicki is putting out currently is mature for her age at all, and mature in the sense that she's not talking about real things that matter to her age. But then again, she hasn't released an album since 2014, and maybe, just maybe, she's saving that mature content for her upcoming album that's coming out in August. But back to the conversation of her making mature content, I think it's unfair to say that she hasn't done it at all, because her latest album, The Pink Print, was definitely an album that contained topics like hardships, her speaking on real life events that this time actually matter. So to me, it's definitely wrong to discredit her when it comes to that. All in all, what do I personally think about this entire situation? I definitely think that Nicki overreacted way too much here. The thing I'm wondering is, you're an artist that has been in the game for damn near a decade. Are you telling me that you got so upset about the writer's comments that you sent her a DM insulting her looks, saying that she's ugly, saying that the only reason she's criticizing you is because you're famous and rich? To me, that screams immature, and I don't think it was necessary at all. And by the way, some more information you might want to know about this entire situation. Apparently, the writer had some kind of contract with her employer, and by sharing those DMs with Nicki Minaj, she broke the contract, and that's why she got fired. Now, I don't know if you consider that critical information or if that's gonna change your opinion, but of course, there you have it. Now, that's of course my personal opinion on this entire situation, but I want to know what you have to say about this. Do you think that Nicki Minaj went too far here, or do you think that she didn't go too far? Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and let's have a discussion about this. But as always, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This channel is all about bringing together people like you who enjoy music and start a discussion on different topics like this. And of course, like the video if you enjoyed it, follow me on all my social media accounts. It's on the screen, and I'm out.